Here's the thing. I know there's gonna be a bozo who will be like, oh, that's such a lame way to die. You have to give major props to a show for being willing to say, like, someone got done in because of a lizard covering the path, rushing towards, and tripping and fumbling. Undead bodies be built different in this world. As I'm saying. Ugh. Honestly, the more I think of it, the more criminal it seems. Because the way this show has been progressing with world building, exploration, this is the type of show you discover, and there's 100 episodes to binge. But our unlucky asses got introduced to it when we got 12 episodes, and even if it becomes a yearly release, which I doubt, you're telling me you're gonna continue to elevate this show to such a degree and make me tap out at episode 12 and not read the manga when it's over? You best confirm more when this is over, bro, because unironically, and I'm gonna stand on business here, I don't think there will be a dark fantasy better than this show in the remainder of the 2020s. 100%. I'm not bullshitting you. That's firmly my opinion. Everything I've seen, come at me. Make sure to drop a like, though, share, spoil this video, subscribe if you happen to be new around your Patrons, or you catch my full live reactions on all these episodes if you want to help fund the channel. So, what they did with Drell in this episode not only elevates this series, but it completely makes me reevaluate his character. And there's going to be one point, I guarantee you, that people will be like, oh man, what a piece of shit. You know, he killed Margot, right? Like, we know he kills Margot, Alicia's father. And after seeing the friendship they had, what a piece of shit. But I think people are going to be missing the obvious fact that he essentially has like a demonic voice in his head. The person that he was prior to grabbing that sword is a completely different person than who he ended up being. And I think what makes it so interesting is that if you really look at it, Alicia and Drell are actually pretty much the same. Desperately wanting to be a hero, chasing after ultimate power and reward and triumph. And the only difference is seemingly Clen as a character is less manipulative than the big boy that is manipulating Drell. Because at the end of the day, you know, Clen's not being like, kill them, do this, you know, we're gonna be, you know, evil. Like, he's pretty much like, let's go on a road trip with a baby and learn about humanity. She kind of got the good stick, all things considered. So I truly believe what's happened, and I'm sure there's still more we're gonna learn over the course of the story. Whether or not it'll be next episode or a future season, I don't know. But I do imagine there will come a point where we'll see more and more, because the idea of what he's doing, it's almost like, it kind of reminds me of like a symbiotic relationship where it's like hosting on him and his desires and amplifying it so he doesn't necessarily see the smaller details and maybe the issues that are happening. And I think that's what makes it so interesting, because when you see I'll admit, I forgot what her dad's name was, and I also forgot what he looked like. I'll be 100% real. So when I saw that man get crushed, I was like, well, he's dead. And it's so interesting because what they do for you is throughout that whole dynamic, they had every opportunity for Drell to be a piece of shit, and he never was. Okay, he feels regret, like, damn, if I would have took this test 6 months earlier, I would have trained you and I would have won this tournament. The only reason I lost is because I trained you and you were naturally good. But he's not like, I'm gonna stab him in the back now. He's like, no, you still a homie. If you're gonna go out there and, you know, slay a dragon, I'll be right by your side. He doesn't like, and the thing too that makes it so beautiful is that there was such trust between them. When Margot's about to get killed, because he loses his leg and then he gets stomped on, right? His immediate reaction is pretty much a smile, you got this, homie, and tosses him the blade. The whole time was expecting him to stab him in the back, get jealous, all these things, but he just had a normal reaction to everything. And the idea of him slaying that dragon, and then the big boy with multiple eyes pops up, which, hey, recognize those eyes from anywhere. I'm pretty sure it's the same eyes on his forehead when he's going crazy. It's so interesting because everything we see about that and the fact that when he wakes up, well, Margot is alive. He went and did stuff with his family. I really feel like it's a dark beast amplifying insecurities like, hey, I came with you, you need to come with me, like you shouldn't be doing family stuff. And rather than having a normal reaction where maybe he'd be disappointed if he didn't have a dark beast, you know, voice inside his head, instead it became, well, you're dying. Now, it doesn't excuse what he's doing, but I don't think it turns him into a generically evil character. If anything, I think it amplifies him into a way more complex character that really has my attention going for him. That stuff's amazing. Our boy Okay, so that king's still alive. So he's headless, right? Headless king. And he's like, I'm gonna burn my grandson now. Now, initially, when I was thinking about this, right, before I got up, because I had to take a couple minutes, I was like, why the hell would this king want to burn him? Because if anything, I felt like he wanted to protect him. But it feels like no matter what, this forge needs to stay sealed. And currently, this baby is the way to open the forge. So if I gotta burn my grandson to keep it safe, I'll do so. Because if you do remember in the first episode, when our boy, like, destroys him, he reseals the tomb, or the forge, after our boy comes in and says, woof, woof, mother. So yeah, I can understand maybe why he's doing it. Also, it's very funny how Clank got in. So, to just go in through the chimney like you would burn, so he hid in the shadow of a brick. It's awesome. Like, it's so creative. I absolutely love it. We got 2 episodes left. And to be honest, the more I think, okay, surely they're going to slow it down. Because, yeah, I knew we had the fight, but I figured maybe 5 minutes. 5 minutes fight, whatever happened, move on with our day. And instead, they give me, like, my favorite scene to date, which is that entire flashback. And one thing that's been annoying, it hasn't been common enough to be a mass opinion, but there's the first episode, one of the episodes earlier into the season, and now this, where when they do the flashback, it's very fuzzy, right? It has that kind of fuzzy filter to almost make it look like, it just gives me the impression you're watching something that was, like, if we had, like, as clear footage as possible from, like, the earliest television days, you know what I mean? Like, it just has that filter to it. I've had people over the weeks just continuously try to tell me, man, what's wrong with the animation? Why does it look like that? Why does it look like 360p? And it's like, if people don't like it, it's one thing. But when I see people unironically try to say it's poor production, the anime community might be cooked. Thankfully, maybe not as much as I think sometimes, because I think for the most part, people appreciate the artistic vision of the show. But yeah, given the fact that from episode 1, I literally said it reminds me of like Angel's Egg, especially with a lot of its background shots, especially in the more demonic scenes. The more it feels old school, the more I honestly appreciate it. And this comes from someone who actually likes the general look of like the 2010s to 2020s anime, more so than a lot of older series. But there is a charm about how they're going this like 80s, 90s feeling looking show, but just done in a modern way. And if you've been on the channel long enough, whether it's stuff like Megalobox, which same thing I've been saying since that show, I like it when a show looks like it's pulled from the past, but clearly produced in the present, and it just makes it feel so damn good. 2 episodes are left. When this wraps up, I'm gonna need you to confirm 10 seasons and a movie. I don't care if the material's not there. Do the Made in Abyss route, confirm it anyway, and get to it when you get to it, damn it. This shit's too good to be... It's criminal if this is only 12 episodes. And you know damn well that if they don't confirm more, I'm jumping into that source material. Like, I'll have to. Like, I'll give it a little break. A little bit of a wait just to see, but if not, this might become my new Attack on Titan fixation. Let me know what you thought down below. Drop a like, share your support. Subscribe if you're new around here. Patreon is where I catch my full live reactions and exclusives like, hey, I give video shoutouts to my patrons. So today we got I'm Pogs, RN Jedi, Flitz, Kaskar 3003, Malicium, Thurshel Reddy, Ranka, Katrina, and we also have Ash. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. You know, have a good one.